Hello, I'm Ross Mould, AJ Bell's Investment Director, and I'm here with our Head of Platform Marketing, Mike Morrison, to discuss the new pension freedoms that you will be able to enjoy from the 6th of April 2015. Now, in this second section, we're just going to catch up on a few of the most important things you need to know before we really get stuck into the details. And the first of those, Mike, is how old you have to be before you start thinking about or even enjoying these new freedoms.
Thanks, Ross. So we are talking about pensions. And pensions, you've got tax relief on a pension. The quid pro quo for getting the tax relief on that pension is you can't draw it to your 55.
Okay.
So 55 is that cut-off date. If you're below 55, you can't touch your pension. You can plan for it. But if you're above 55 or above, you can start enjoying it.
And is that age going to change at any stage?
That age will change in line with longevity, living longer,
yeah,
and is expected to go up to 57 from about 2028.
Oh, so there's a while to go, yeah.
Exactly, but just make sure you know where you are in that age spectrum before you start making too many plans.
Fine, so 55 is the key age.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, obviously, we're all getting very excited about this date right behind us here, the 6th of April 2015. Given that date is very near, even if not everybody watching will be 55, does everybody need to dash up to AJ Bell and say, right, I need to do something, I need to do it now? Is there going to be a mass stampede of people to start accessing their pension cash, or should there be?
Well, I don't think there should be. For me, the best way was almost to stop and think.
Right.
Give yourself a bit of thinking time. Work out a plan of what pensions you've got. A lot of people have got little bits of pension all from different places. How is that going to last for your lifetime? Are you going to spend it? Is it going to be an income? Is it going to be passed on to the children? How is that pension fund going to be used for you across the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 35 years? When you've got that plan, then think again about how you're going to spend it and what's the most efficient way of using that money. Don't rush into anything. Don't be taken aback by people ringing you up and offering you free services. There'll be a lot of scammers around on this, I think.
Fairly unscrupulous operators out there.
People suggesting that you make...
So the old message there is if it's too good to be true...
If it looks too good to be true, it will be too good to be true. So please, take a step back. And any investment opportunity, look carefully at it. The key thing for me is leave your money in your pension fund while you're making your decisions. It's in a tax-efficient environment. It's pretty safe. It's not going to disappear anywhere. So make your decisions carefully, consider what you're doing, and then make your decisions.
So rather than taking out a big lump sum, park it in the bank, suddenly get a poor return on the cash and get clobbered by the tax man. Is that what you're saying could happen?
Exactly. There's a lot of talk at the moment of people taking out the money from the pension fund and investing it in buy-to-let. And whilst that may be not a bad investment opportunity, make sure you understand all the tax implications.
And the risks of what could go wrong.
If you need an income stream, how are you going to cope with not having a tenant in that house for a while? So there's pros and cons for all of this. And I'm happier if people take a few extra weeks, take a few extra months, just step back and make sure you do it properly.
So when it comes to the new pension freedoms, you've made it that this isn't a one-size-fits-all solution, and what's going to be right for some won't be right for another, and so it's all down to everybody's personal financial circumstances.
Very much. I mean, imagine you've got a pension fund of 50 or 60,000. There's no point in perhaps looking at that as earmarking that for income in the future. Perhaps that might be a good way to spend that, pay off some of your debt, buy something you've always wanted, update the house, build that conservatory or whatever. That's a one-off spend. What is the utility you get from that money? That's different for someone who's got several £100,000, a young family they need to look after and bring up through university, through school.
So school fees or whatever.
And that's different than the person who's got £500,000 in excess who can enjoy some real tax planning. So I think there's no one-stop shop here, no one-size-fits-all. Make sure your plan fits what you need to do and the circumstances that you've got.
So what's the ultimate goal with the pension pot? I know there's the old gag about the perfect pension is the one where the final cheque that you write bounces on the day that you die. I mean, is that just an old gag or is there some truth in that?
I think there is some truth, but I would argue that ideally your pension pot is what you want it to be.
Okay.
And the thought you put into it, the more thought you put into it, the more consideration you have of age and circumstances, the better satisfaction you'll get from that money. And really, we could all live to be into our 90s. And what are we going to be doing if we're just back on state benefits?
£150 a week flat rate, that's going to be roughly, isn't it?
Exactly, yes. So think about it and think again.
Yeah, because I guess that £150 a week is about £7,500 a year when the average UK salary is £25,000. So it's quite a step change in that respect.
Could you live on the basic state pension?
I guess I'd have a try, but if I could avoid it, I'd rather not. No disrespect to what the government's offering. So.
Exactly.
So, as a final point, I mean, obviously we've got some big rule changes coming up on this big date. Is there a chance the rules could change again at some stage?
The difficulty is the rule changes April, election in
7th of May.
So there is a danger that some of the rules could be changed. At the moment, I think there's enough consensus between the parties on most of these rules. A lot of the proof will be in the pudding, I guess. Proof of the pudding will be in the eating. How many people do rush off and cash their money in straight after April, pending the a new government? I think the next 6 months, 8 months to a year, there will be a review of the new rules, and that's perhaps more fundamental.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, Mike. Now, we appreciate this is all quite technical and can be a lot to take in. You can therefore find more information on our website, the address of which is shown here. You can also use the government service PensionWise. You can ask them for a face-to-face meeting, help over the phone, or log on to the website, and again the address is clearly displayed right here. So thank you very much for your time for watching this video, and please look out for the others that are dotted around our website on the new pension freedoms.